Welcome to NFL Daily Brief, your fast track to today's biggest football stories. Like and subscribe to stay in the game. Here are the brief highlights of today's top stories. Debunking your favorite NFL officiating conspiracy theories. Drama resolved. Parsons thrilled for fresh start. Goals haven't changed, says Cowboys coach. Titans Ridley. Ban made me mentally stronger. Patriots move on from veteran safety Peppers. Dolphins OLB coach arrested on battery charge. Report. Irsay suffered drug relapses before death. Jets GM. Fields can follow Mayfield, Darnold path. Lewis. Blame Bledsoe for hit that led to Brady era. AFC East, NFC West reveal, rivalries, uniforms. 4 questions in the Micah Parsons trade aftermath. Why in the world would Dallas do this? A silver lining in Micah Parsons' trade for coach Brian Schottenheimer? Bengals hope Joe Burrow, Chase and Tee Higgins write their headlines during season. He wasn't trying to be anybody else, how Aaron Rodgers won over his Steelers teammates. We picked X factors for all 32 teams, who could be a difference maker this season. Graziano. Don't be surprised if these 32 things happen. Why Rashee Rice accepted his 6-game suspension now, and how Chiefs will have to cope. The biggest roster moves from all 32 NFL teams. How did each team get to 53 players? Preseason trade tracker. Every move leading up to the 2025 season. Wilson, Winston and Dart. Inside the reimagined high-profile Giants QB room. Now, let's dive deeper into the details. Studies show that more penalized teams do not necessarily lose more often in the National Football League.
In fact, teams committing certain penalties late in the game tend to win more often than not.
These penalties, such as defensive holding or pass interference, often lead to large yardage swings or first downs.
This might be because aggressive play, even if penalized, can be a winning strategy.
Coaches' challenges have decreased by 47% since 2010.
In 2024, challenges overturned calls only about 38% of the time.
Data shows no bias against specific teams by officiating crews.
Nick Sirianni and Andy Reid are the most successful coaches at using challenges.
Jim Harbaugh and Sean McDermott are the least successful.
Penalty calls even out over multiple seasons, not favoring any specific team.
Turnovers have a greater impact on wins and losses than penalties.
Replay assist is being used more often to decrease debated calls and game stoppages.
Micah Parsons was traded to the Green Bay Packers and received a significant contract extension.
He expressed relief that the situation with the Dallas Cowboys was finally resolved before the regular season.
Parsons was eager to return to the field after a period of inactivity due to back tightness.
The Packers acquired Parsons by trading 2 first-round picks and Pro Bowl defensive tackle Kenny Clark.
Green Bay also signed Parsons to a 4-year contract extension worth $188 million.
This deal makes him the highest-paid non-quarterback in National Football League history.
Parsons expressed his excitement about joining the Packers and his desire to contribute to the team.
He does not expect his back to be an issue and intends to play in the season opener.
Parsons learned about the trade from his agent, not from the Cowboys organization.
He acknowledged the significance of Kenny Clark to the Packers and aims to uphold the team's standards.
The Packers have not traded a first-round pick for a veteran player since acquiring Brett Favre in 1992.
General manager Brian Schottenheimer considered the trade a long shot but recognized Parsons' unique talent.
The Dallas Cowboys locker room was shocked by the trade of Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers for Kenny Clark and 2 first-round picks.
Parsons informed his fellow defensive linemen through a group chat, while other players learned the news through social media or their own position group chats.
Cowboys coach Brian Schottenheimer contacted several players, including Dak Prescott and Trevon Diggs, after the trade.
Schottenheimer wanted to give these players an opportunity to talk about the situation and explain the reasoning behind the trade.
Schottenheimer addressed the entire team on Friday, emphasizing that the team goals remain unchanged despite the trade.
He reiterated the team is focused on winning a championship and building a strong team culture.
The Cowboys acknowledged Parsons' departure with a thank you message on social media platform X.
Despite the shock of the trade, the team shifted its focus to preparing for their upcoming game against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Schottenheimer believes the timing of the trade allows the team to concentrate on their regular game preparation schedule.
The Cowboys will look to players like second-round picks Marshawn Kneyland and Donovan Azureau to fill the void left by Parsons.
Kenny Clark arrived in Dallas and introduced himself to his new teammates.
Clark expressed his eagerness to contribute to the Cowboys' defense, regardless of his specific position.
Schottenheimer indicated that Clark is likely to play in the upcoming game against the Eagles.
Clark played against the Eagles twice last season while he was with the Packers.
Calvin Ridley, wide receiver for the Tennessee Titans, is entering his second season with the team after a challenging period involving injuries and a gambling suspension.
He discussed his experiences in a recent interview, detailing the impact of losing football, playing through injury, and the gambling incident that led to his suspension.
Ridley acknowledged the suspension provided him time to address his physical and mental health.
While spending time with family in Florida, Ridley engaged in gambling on sports through a mobile application.
He stated he was unaware he was breaking any rules at the time.
The suspension and subsequent trade to the Jacksonville Jaguars marked a turning point in Ridley's career.
Ridley said football has been his sole occupation since childhood.
The time away from the game allowed him to develop coping mechanisms for his emotions.
Upon returning to the field, Ridley performed well, eventually signing a lucrative contract with the Titans.
He reflected on the challenging period, emphasizing the tools he learned for managing his mental health.
Ridley recently returned to the Atlanta Falcons facility, where he began his career, evoking complex emotions.
He played through a broken foot in 2020, relying on painkillers to manage the injury.
The New England Patriots have released veteran safety Jabril Peppers.
This move is a surprising change to their defense.
Peppers was in his fourth season with New England and ninth overall in the National Football League.
He had $4.32 million guaranteed remaining on his contract for this season.
The Patriots' top safeties at the end of training camp were Jalen Hawkins and Craig Woodson.
Peppers, Kyle Duggar, and Del Pettis were next on the depth chart.
Peppers, age 29, was favored by former coaches Bill Belichick and Jared Mayo.
They appreciated his physical playing style, especially against the run.
His role in new coach Mike Vrabel's scheme was evolving throughout training camp.
He started on the first unit but was later surpassed by Hawkins and Woodson.
Peppers starting the preseason finale suggested his roster spot was not secure.
Over his career, Peppers has played in 99 games with 494 tackles, 5.5 sacks and 7 interceptions.
Miami Dolphins outside linebackers coach Ryan Crow was arrested early Friday morning on a domestic battery charge.
The arrest took place in Broward County, Florida, and details are emerging from the Fort Lauderdale Police Department.
The probable cause statement indicates that Crow got into an argument with someone he lives with and shoved that person.
While the alleged victim declined to give a formal statement or report injuries, 2 witnesses corroborated the event.
One witness described the victim as looking terrified during the confrontation with Crow.
Another witness stated that Crow stopped the altercation only after realizing he was being observed.
Crow is currently being held without bond in Broward County Jail.
The Miami Dolphins have placed Crow on administrative leave following the incident.
The Dolphins released a statement acknowledging the serious matter and their ongoing information gathering.
They also confirmed communication with the National Football League and will reserve further comment.
Ryan Crow is 37 years old and joined the Dolphins in 2024 after 3 seasons with the Tennessee Titans.
He has been coaching in the National Football League since 2018 exclusively with the Titans and Dolphins.
The Washington Post has reported that former Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay experienced setbacks related to painkiller addiction before his passing in May.
5 individuals with first-hand knowledge of these relapses spoke to the Post anonymously, citing fear of reprisal from the team.
The Colts had announced that Irsay died peacefully in his sleep on May 21.
However, the Post reports at least 3 overdoses since February 2020, including 2 within a 12-day period.
One overdose occurred in December 2023 at his Indianapolis home, and the other in January 2024 in Miami.
Irsay was then absent for 4 months, an unusually long period for someone typically involved in the Colts' daily operations.
The team attributed his absence to a severe respiratory illness at the time.
Irsay's 3 daughters, now co-owners, issued a statement acknowledging their father's struggles with addiction and mental health.
They emphasized his openness about these battles and his advocacy for others facing similar challenges.
The Post also alleges Irsay was prescribed ketamine in his final months and that police were called to his Beverly Hills hotel room where he died.
Irsay began his football career as a ball boy for the Baltimore Colts in the early 1970s.
He became the youngest general manager in National Football League history in 1984 at age 24 when the Colts moved to Indianapolis.
General manager Darren Mogi believes Justin Fields can become a productive quarterback, similar to Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield.
Mogi acknowledges it may take time for Fields to reach that level, given his frequent changes of team and offensive systems.
This is Fields' third team in 3 years, and he has worked with 3 different coordinators.
The Jets signed Fields to a 2-year, $40 million contract after releasing Aaron Rodgers.
Fields was originally drafted 11th overall by the Chicago Bears in 2021 and played last season with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Jets will face the Steelers in Week 1, marking Rodgers' return to MetLife Stadium.
This is actually Fields' 4th different offensive system in 5 years.
His preseason performance showed some growing pains, completing only 4 of 9 passes for 46 yards.
However, Mogi has been impressed with Fields' improvement in operating the entire offense.
He noted Fields' improved command, leadership, and the overall rhythm of the offense.
Fields was named one of 5 team captains for the season.
The coaching staff is focused on developing Fields' skills as a dropback passer, as his career completion percentage is only 61%.
Mo Lewis, the former New York Jets linebacker, delivered a significant hit on Drew Bledsoe almost 25 years ago.
This hit is widely considered a pivotal moment in National Football League history, leading to the rise of Tom Brady.
Lewis has recently spoken out about the incident, asserting that Bledsoe, not himself, should bear the responsibility.
In a forthcoming book, Lewis argues that Bledsoe, a highly paid passing quarterback, should not have been running with the ball.
Lewis maintains it was his job to stop the ball carrier, regardless of the circumstances.
Bledsoe, attempting a first down, was chased down and tackled by Lewis, resulting in a severe injury.
This injury ushered in the Tom Brady era for the New England Patriots.
Lewis has largely avoided media attention since retiring, possibly due to being remembered primarily for this one play.
He emphasizes that the hit was just another play in his career, despite its historical significance.
Lewis claims he was unaware of the severity of Bledsoe's injury at the time, focusing solely on his role as a linebacker.
He stated that his intention was simply to prevent a first down, not to inflict a serious injury.
In a poll conducted by the National Football League, Lewis was recognized as one of the top 100 game changers in league history.
The National Football League and Nike have unveiled new Rivalries uniforms for teams in the American Football Conference East and National Football Conference West.
These special uniforms will be worn during one home game against a division rival, celebrating each team's unique legacy.
The designs are inspired by elements unique to each city and team, reflecting their history and traditions.
The Buffalo Bills cold front uniform, for example, embraces their snowy home field advantage with an icy white design.
The Miami Dolphins uniform emphasizes speed with turbo green and orange stripes, reflecting the agility of their players.
The New England Patriots nor'easter uniform pays tribute to the region as 6 states with 6 red stars around the neckline.
The New York Jets Gotham City Football Club uniform draws inspiration from the team's original name.
Moving to the NFC West, the Arizona Cardinals' built-to-last uniform features a texture representing the state's desert landscape.
The Los Angeles Rams uniform utilizes a midnight navy color inspired by the city lights at night.
The San Francisco 49ers for the faithful uniform honors the team's history with classic red and gold details.
And finally, the Seattle Seahawks High Decibel Zone uniform celebrates their loud fans with a Soundwave-inspired pattern.
These Rivalries uniforms will be added to the team's regular uniform rotation for 3 years following this season.
More Rivalries uniforms are planned for other divisions in the coming years. The Dallas Cowboys trading Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers for 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark is a shocking move.
This trade is especially surprising given Parsons' status as a young superstar at a critical position.
Parsons is only the second player in National Football League history to achieve 12 or more sacks in each of his first 4 seasons.
The Packers hope Parsons joins Reggie White and Charles Woodson as defensive stars who found greater success in Green Bay.
This trade raises questions about the Cowboys' rationale and the Packers' potential.
The Cowboys' decision seems driven by a combination of factors, including potential disagreements with Parsons and his agent.
The Cowboys may have also felt their roster construction limited their ability to win while paying Parsons, Prescott, and Lamb market value.
Their combined salaries would have taken up a significant portion of the salary cap.
Additionally, the Cowboys' defense struggled last season despite Parsons' presence.
However, the Cowboys' defense performed significantly better with Parsons on the field compared to when he was absent.
The return for the Cowboys, while seemingly substantial, might not be enough considering Parsons' age and talent.
Kenny Clark is a good run defender, but the Cowboys had other options to address their run defense needs.
Brian Schottenheimer faces a challenging first year as Dallas Cowboys head coach, made more difficult by the Micah Parsons trade.
The Cowboys traded their star edge rusher, Micah Parsons, to the Green Bay Packers for 2 first-round picks and defensive tackle Kenny Clark.
However, this trade could potentially benefit Schottenheimer.
With low expectations for the Cowboys this season, Schottenheimer might not shoulder all the blame if the team underperforms.
The ESPN Football Power Index gives the Cowboys a low probability of playoff success.
This is partly due to the absence of Parsons, a 4-time Pro Bowler and 3-time Defensive Player of the Year finalist.
Schottenheimer maintained communication with all parties involved in the Parsons situation.
He acknowledged the business side of the NFL and the complexities that arise with elite players.
Jerry Jones views the Parsons trade as part of his team reshaping process.
This process began with hiring Schottenheimer and includes acquiring draft picks and adjusting the defensive philosophy.
Schottenheimer attempted to build a relationship with Parsons despite his absence from the offseason program.
Parsons attended some offseason events but did not participate in practices, citing back tightness.
Joe Burrow, Chase, and Tee Higgins had a quiet offseason, focusing on preparation for the regular season.
This contrasts with previous years, which involved contract negotiations and injury recoveries.
The Bengals prioritized keeping their star offensive trio together.
They signed long-term contracts with Chase and Higgins, totaling $276 million.
The team emphasized the importance of consistency and familiarity for their offensive success.
Cincinnati relies heavily on its passing game, leading the league in passing yards per game in 2024.
The Bengals included workout bonuses in the contracts to encourage off-season participation.
Chase and Higgins share an agent, further solidifying their connection.
Their improved chemistry is reminiscent of their 2021 Super Bowl run.
The trio is expected to contribute significantly to the team's offensive performance.
A full offseason together has allowed them to build on last year's progress.
The Bengals hope this translates to a successful season and a playoff berth.
Nick Herbig initially did not know what to expect from Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers was a prominent figure in the National Football League for most of Herbig's life.
Herbig was surprised by Rodgers' playful teasing at a gathering before minicamp.
Rodgers called Herbig a one-trick pony for his speed rush move.
Herbig began to reciprocate the playful banter during training camp.
He would yell discount double check after big defensive plays to tease Rodgers.
Rodgers has prioritized building relationships with his teammates since joining the Steelers.
He has worked to connect with teammates through small but meaningful interactions.
Rodgers even won over teammates who were initially critical of him.
Deshaun Elliott apologized to Rodgers for previous comments he made about him.
Rodgers has integrated himself into the Steelers organization through observation and wit.
Building rapport with the offensive line has been a key focus for Rodgers.
With 53-man rosters nearly finalized, the NFL regular season is upon us.
While quarterbacks, coaching, and star players are crucial, other factors contribute to wins and losses.
These players, known as X factors, can significantly impact a team's performance.
Their success can elevate a unit, while their struggles can create exploitable weaknesses.
This analysis focuses on these pivotal players, excluding quarterbacks, rookies, and coaches.
Arizona's defense needs star power to reach the playoffs, and Jonathan Sweat could be that player.
Sweat's best season came under Jonathan Gannon, and his pass rushing abilities could significantly boost Arizona's pressure rate.
The Rams' offensive success relies on Matthew Stafford's health and Allen Robinson's performance in replacing Cooper Kupp.
Robinson's downfield threat could be a game-changer if he adapts to McVay's offense.
With Deebo Samuel traded and Brandon Ayuk injured, the 49ers need Jawan Jennings to step up.
Jennings must deliver consistent late-season production for the 49ers' offense to thrive.
Kenneth Walker has the potential to excel in Clint Kubiak's running back-friendly offense.
However, Walker must overcome inconsistency and injuries to earn the Seahawks' trust. The Dallas Cowboys might call Micah Parsons' bluff regarding his contract extension demands.
Parsons is holding out for a better deal, while team owner Jerry Jones believes they had an agreement before Parsons' agent got involved.
The New York Giants, with their formidable defensive line, have a good chance to lead the league in sacks.
The addition of Abdul Carter to a front featuring Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence II, and Kayvon Thibodeau should create a powerful pass rush.
The Philadelphia Eagles, despite being reigning Super Bowl champions, might continue to adjust their defense due to key player departures.
They are relying on younger players and have already made trades to address potential weaknesses.
The Washington Commanders may utilize Deebo Samuel in the running back position to maximize his versatility.
While not his primary role, Samuel has a history of success running the ball.
Rookie tight end Colston Loveland could become a significant part of the Chicago Bears offense.
Despite a previous injury, Loveland has impressed in training camp and developed a strong connection with quarterback Caleb Williams.
Detroit Lions running back Jahmyr Gibbs has the potential to be the top-scoring fantasy running back this season.
The Lions believe Gibbs can reach new heights, especially with an improved Jameson Williams opening up the field.
Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love, if he stays healthy, could be an MVP finalist this year.
The Packers have a young, talented roster and a favorable schedule.
Jordan Mason has a chance to lead the Minnesota Vikings in rushing yards this season.
While Aaron Jones Sr. is a valuable player, Mason adds explosiveness and could see increased playing time.
Wide receiver Rashee Rice has accepted a 6-game suspension for violating the National Football League personal conduct policy.
This suspension raises questions about how the Kansas City Chiefs offense will perform without their number one receiver.
Rice will not be eligible to return until the Chiefs' Week 7 home game against the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Chiefs have been preparing for this possibility and have a plan to utilize their remaining receivers.
This includes Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Tyquan Thornton.
Offensive coordinator Matt Nagy stated that the team has been considering this scenario since the start of training camp.
Mahomes will likely utilize tight ends Travis Kelce and Noah Gray more frequently in Raya's absence.
Smith-Schuster and Brown are expected to operate in the slot, Raya's natural position.
Worthy and Thornton will likely serve as deep threats, testing opposing defenses.
The Chiefs' preseason finale against the Chicago Bears provided a glimpse of the offense without Rice as the focal point.
Raya's absence will undoubtedly impact the Chiefs' offensive power.
His combination of speed and strength allows him to break tackles and gain additional yards after the catch.
The National Football League season begins next week, and teams have finalized their 53-player rosters.
There were some notable cuts and trades as teams prepared for the upcoming season.
The Dallas Cowboys kept 6 pass rushers due to Micah Parsons' uncertain status for the opener.
The New York Giants released quarterback Tommy DeVito and chose Gunnar Olszewski as their returner.
The Philadelphia Eagles acquired quarterback Sam Howell and offensive tackle Fred Johnson for depth.
The Washington Commanders' biggest move was keeping right guard Sam Cosmi on the physically unable to perform list.
Undrafted wide receiver Ja'Day Walker made the Chicago Bears roster after a strong preseason.
The Detroit Lions released defensive end Ahmed Hassanein and offensive lineman Dan Skipper.
The Green Bay Packers kept cornerback Bo Melton and defensive tackle Nazir Stackhouse.
The Minnesota Vikings traded for quarterback Carson Wentz and released Brett Rypien.
The Atlanta Falcons placed starting right tackle Caleb McGarry on injured reserve for the season.
The Carolina Panthers released wide receiver Hunter Renfrow and kept 4 tight ends.
The National Football League preseason has concluded, with teams preparing for the 2025 regular season.
Many teams are finalizing their rosters, and we are tracking every trade before the season begins on September 4.
One significant trade involved the Dolphins and Steelers, exchanging cornerback Jalen Ramsey, tight end Jonnu Smith, and safety Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Another major trade sent Cowboys edge rusher Micah Parsons to the Packers for 2 first-round picks and defensive tackle Kenny Clark.
Parsons subsequently signed a 4-year, $188 million deal with Green Bay.
The Cowboys traded Micah Parsons to the Packers for Kenny Clark, a 2026 first-round pick, and a 2027 first-round pick.
The Vikings reacquired wide receiver Adam Thielen from the Panthers.
The Jaguars traded for wide receiver Tim Patrick from the Lions.
Several other trades involving draft picks and players occurred throughout August.
These trades included teams like the Saints, Cowboys, Falcons, Seahawks, Browns, and Rams.
The Colts acquired cornerback Mekhi Blackmon, and the Raiders traded for quarterback Kenny Pickett.
Other quarterbacks traded included Sam Howell from the Vikings to the Eagles.
Jackson Dart, Jameis Winston, and Russell Wilson create an intriguing quarterback dynamic for the New York Giants.
This unique blend of youth, experience, and personality makes their quarterback room a fascinating study.
Dart, the rookie, displayed confidence with his eat-a-dub gesture towards Winston during the preseason finale.
Winston embraced the camaraderie, joining Dart and then Giant Tommy DeVito in a viral post-game celebration.
While Wilson did not play in the final preseason game, his presence adds another layer to this quarterback mix.
Winston brings an element of unpredictability, once bringing a watermelon to a team meeting.
Wilson, a Super Bowl champion, provides a steady veteran presence, focused on his preparation and leadership.
Dart, the first-round pick, exudes a youthful energy and eagerness to learn.
This diverse group is united by a common goal: each other's success.
General Manager Joe Schoen and Coach Brian Dabble have staked their futures on this quarterback room.
They are tasked with developing Dart while ensuring the Giants remain competitive.
The Giants explored various quarterback options during the offseason, including trades and free agent signings.
Ultimately, they prioritized a blend of veteran experience and rookie potential.
Winston and Wilson were signed to provide mentorship and stability for Dart.
That's a wrap on this week's NFL Blitz Talk. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with more gridiron fire and fearless breakdowns.